Hello and welcome to the 2021 CEDIA Expo Virtual Media Tour. My name is Ed Wank. For those who don't know me, I've spent quite some time in the CEDIA universe before I joined Whitegood here. We are very excited to give you a sampling of some of the latest in home technology. The manufacturers that you're about to meet will give you an inkling of just how broad the connected home industry has become. CEDIA Expo started out in 1989 as a trade show primarily dedicated to audiovisual solutions, entertainment. But now integration firms have the ability to touch every part of a home's electronic systems, from security to HVAC control to lighting and much more. You'll note I used the word integration. The people who design and install and service the systems that utilize the devices you're about to see are called integrators. They integrate all of these wonderful products into experiences. It is the driving philosophy behind this industry, taking all this brilliant stuff and making it user-friendly and intuitive, as frictionless as possible. These manufacturers work hand in hand with technicians in the field to integrate the experience for the end user. It's why trade shows like CEDIA Expo are still vital. It is critical that integrators see the lighting solutions, the cameras, the locks, the automatic doors, the smart thermostats, and everything else. It's key that one is able to interact with a new user interface, whether it's by touch or voice, and see it respond in real time. And there's nothing like hearing a great loudspeaker, watching content on the latest generation of video displays. It can be absolutely breathtaking. Now, registration for CEDIA Expo is open and ongoing. Check out expo.com, CEDIAexpo.com rather, for more info right after we wrap up here. And as far as today's format is concerned, we'll have presentations by each brand, followed for the most part by a Q&A. You can enter your questions in the Q&A field on your Zoom screen. We will try to get to as many as possible in the time we have here. Now to the preview. First up, a word about the elephant in the room and what's being offered from our title sponsor. Here's LG.
Hi, I'm Tim Alessi, Director of Product Marketing for LG Electronics. I'd like to thank you for joining us today. We had hoped to be able to see you all in person this year at CEDIA, but regrettably, we had to make the difficult decision to cancel our live participation due to escalating issues with COVID-19 and the uncertain track of the Delta variant. We felt it was necessary to better ensure the safety of our employees, customers, and everyone that we collaborate with, which includes all of you. Our booth at CEDIA was designed to give you a hands-on experience with our best-in-class home entertainment products, ideally suited for the CI industry. Since we can't be there in person to see it, I'd like to take the next few minutes to share a quick overview of these innovations from LG that truly elevate the home entertainment experience. To begin with, we have an expanded range of large screen 4K and 8K televisions ranging from 48 to 86 inches, designed to suit any room size or need. Leading the way are award-winning LG OLED TVs. We're debuting our 83-inch C1, part of the #1 best-selling premium TV series in the United States. This 83-inch C1 will provide an epic viewing experience, a true home theater masterpiece, designed to build on OLED's self-lighting pixel technology to provide perfect blacks, awesome viewing angles, and rich, vibrant colors to create a theater experience in the home, perfect for the custom installation channel. We also have several other screen sizes, like our 77-inch G1, which is part of our Gallery series, designed to fit flush to the wall like a work of art. We even have 48-inch screen sizes in OLED, which are perfect for smaller room environments or are great for video gamers. We also had intended to show our LG Signature Series TVs, which consists of an 88 and 77-inch 8K OLED, which are gorgeous and the latest cutting-edge technology, combining the leading panel technology of OLED with the highest resolution available today in 8K for a stunning picture. And of course, the one-of-a-kind rollable OLED, which you see right behind me, a 65-inch engineering marvel that can actually fully roll into the base when it's not in use. There's nothing else like it in the world. Besides OLED, 2021 also saw the launch of our first ever LG QNED Mini LED TVs. These are LCD-based TVs that use quantum dot nanocell technology to improve the color reproduction nearly 100% of the DCI P3 color gamut, but perhaps just as importantly, use thousands of tiny mini LEDs to control the brightness, uniformity, and black levels on the screen. Using smaller LEDs enables us to create multiple more local dimming zones, improving black levels and reducing the halo effect. These screen sizes range from 65 to 86 inches and are available in both 4K and 8K options. These options are ideal for more brightly lit rooms where lighting may be uncontrollable, or where customers want the largest screen sizes in LCD with the greatest picture quality. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our cutting-edge lineup of LG Cinebeam projectors. For example, our AU810 dual laser projector, which can project an image up to 300 inches at 2700 lumens. Or, for different type of space, the HU85 ultra short throw projector, which can project an image up to 120 inches from only 7.2 inches away from the wall. There's a whole host of products in our lineup that will suit any type of project or need. But if 300 inches isn't big enough for you, we also have an exciting new product that I want to share a little bit about with you today. The LG DV LED Home Cinema. It's our first ever direct view LED display series, designed specifically for high-end residential installations. LG's foray into the super luxury residential display segment combines years of building premium consumer electronics, a keen understanding of affluent customers, and our deep expertise as a leading innovator of DV LED technologies. Launching this fall, these wall-sized extreme home cinema screens will be available in 8K, 4K, and 2K versions up to 325 inches diagonally. Stay tuned for more details in the weeks ahead. You're definitely going to want to find out more about these products. As I said up front, it's unfortunate that we couldn't meet in person this year, because I'm positive that these products would just blow you away if you saw them in person. But we're still doing all we can to help our CI customers increase your sales and make the workflow seamless via our Reach LG portal. This website assists custom installers with the integration of LG products with product information, CAD drawings, resources, and other benefits, including online learning tools, materials, technical support, and more. I encourage every CI dealer to visit the portal to learn more about our products and also to talk to their LG sales representatives about specially customized CI sales programs. As we continue to try to navigate this unusual time, on behalf of LG, I wish you all health and safety and hope to see you in person again soon. Until then, we remain at the ready to support all of your business needs. Thank you very much.
All right, a big thank you to our title sponsor there, LG. And as I mentioned at the top, LG's people were not able to join us live today. But if you have more questions about any of the technology that you've seen here, please reach out to LG's Chris DeMaria, christopher.demaria@lge.com with any questions following today's presentation. We'll move right along now, and we're going to hear from a company that's been around for a while, but not in the residential space, AutoSlide. They're going to tell us about a new product that they've come out with called AutoSwing.
Every time you use a bathroom, there is a risk of cross-contamination, especially public bathrooms. By touching the door for entry, a person is exposed to bacteria that has been left on the surface by previous users. Increased cross-contamination occurs when exiting the bathroom, as the internal room is constantly exposed to particles that can be spread by touch or aerially. Exposed surfaces, like the door to exit, are places you want to avoid. In many bathrooms, you see touchless controls for the toilet, sink, soap dispenser, and towel holder. These become irrelevant and useless because you still need to open the door manually to exit. All the preventative measures put in place have just been nullified. Many will try opening the bathroom door using tissues or towels. Doing this will often lead to a pile of used paper towels on the floor, creating a non-hygienic environment. Now, there is a better solution. Introducing Auto Swing, an automatic door opener designed for residential and light commercial applications.
All right. Auto slides, auto swing there. I believe Joseph Castingay is joining us now. Joseph, are you with us?
I am. Sorry, I got a bad reception, but hopefully I'm okay.
All right. We'll work through it. The pandemic, this whole thing, all this work from home and work wherever has just been, you got to improvise, man. You got to improvise. I totally get it. So we've spoken before. The company had been around for a while. You guys had been doing a lot of commercial applications. Why the move into the residential space?
We saw a feature in the residential space, looking primarily in accessibility, seeing what people wanting to live longer in their houses, and one of the ways is creating accessible entryways inside and outside the home for people. So that was the primary reason I was looking for the residential area there.
Right. You started thinking about the living in place market and how folks with various disabilities could get around their homes more easily, and that was kind of the inspiration for the move. Yes.
Correct. And then we found out some other cool spots, like converting patio doors into automatic pet doors,
Right
and then
on.
just the entire smart home market as well. Creating convenience. If you need to let a guest into the house while you're away, or service personnel in the house while you're away, maybe or shutting the doors behind automatically for the kids that constantly leave them open, save on those energy
Right.
bills. So all kinds of cool applications there.
And you do have safety features built in, so these doors and windows, you're getting into the window business too, to ensure that it will never ever close on a person.
Absolutely. We have actually two key safety in this liquor store. So when it closes down a person or an object, so it's going to come in contact and reverse backwards. And then we also have actually safety sensor, safety beams, or they call them curtain walls, that if somebody is actually in that beam, it will prevent the door from opening, or if it is, closing, or if somebody is standing there, it won't even start to close.
Right. The other funny thing about this particular product is that I know you've had people ask you to integrate Star Trek sound effects into your sliding doors, correct? I think Joseph has beamed away.
Yes, we've had a lot of
There we go. Joseph, I fear you're breaking up a bit, my friend. The connection's getting really choppy. The connection's getting a bit choppy, Joseph. We're going to have to press on here. If you can hear me, Joseph at autoslide.com is where you go to get more information if you want some info after the fact. And members of the media, by the way, if you would like to ask a follow-up question, please feel free to ping me in the Q&A field at the bottom of the Zoom screen, if you don't mind. Autoslide.com is the URL. Thanks for your time, Joseph. We really do appreciate it. Let's press on now with Josh.ai.
Hi, and welcome to the first ever Josh AI keynote. I'm really excited to have you here today. For those who don't know, my name is Alex Capisalatro, and I'm the CEO of Josh AI. We're going to announce some really cool new product today, but before we dive into that, I want to give a little context. We're here in Los Angeles at one of the most beautiful homes I've ever seen. It was actually here in Los Angeles about 5 years ago that we started the company. We started Josh with this belief that we want the home to be extremely simple, really powerful, but also privacy focused. With Josh, you can control everything in the home, from lights and music to TV and fireplaces. We have our own voice control platform and also award-winning hardware. And with Josh, one of the things we're really excited about is marrying design and technology. In the last 5 years or so, voice control technology has come so far. We're seeing the biggest tech companies in the world launching great voice products, but they're actually getting bigger, not smaller. They're including speakers and screens and all sorts of things. And we really think the holy grail of the smart home is to make things invisible. You just walk in a home and you give the command. You say, turn on the lights, play some music, open the shades. That's really the way to go. The problem though is it's hard making technology smaller. So my team went back and we reimagined what would be possible in the smart home. We said, what if we could make a seamless integration that just blends into the environment, something that you don't necessarily see, it doesn't obstruct the view, and you could just issue whatever command you'd like. Well, that's exactly what we've done, and that's what I'm very happy to announce today. And so if you actually look right here next to me on the wall, really hard to see, this is the brand new product we're calling Josh Nano. This is the world's first architectural microphone, and with this product, you can control everything in the home. Check it out. can you believe this tiny device can control everything in your home? Now again, this is a smart microphone, so you simply talk to Josh Nano and you ask it for what you want. And one of the great things about Josh Nano, it's so small, I think it might be the smallest home technology device in your entire home. Some of the great things about it too, you notice we have the privacy switch. So for privacy, you just hit that one switch and it's not gonna listen. It's got the best microphone array we've ever launched in a Josh product. And again, it's just so powerful. So to give you an idea of seeing this in action, I want to bring in Felicia to give you a demo of Josh Nano.
Hello, I am Felicia with Josh AI, and today I am with the lovely Devessa from Powerful Systems. She is one of the integrators who worked on this beautiful project here and a powerful voice in the industry. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, of course. And listen, I'm so glad you guys are here. I know that you just watched the teaser, and I hope you're just as excited as I am because I have the honor to give you the demo here today. So I have showing you here is Josh Nano. We've got a nice black finish here, nice matte. It nicely complements the concrete wall going on here. As you know, it comes in white and black, and we're really working on fitting it in with the devices here. As you can see, it just doesn't add to the clutter because it's so small and really has a lot of power behind it. So let's take a look at it in action. So as you can see, this is a beautiful room here. I love this family space. It's warm, it's inviting, very natural tones. And you might not know this, but there's a ton of technology packed into this one room alone. Lots of things to play with, just like we like it. And we really want to be able to control all of these things naturally. You know, you give a command, you tell Josh what you want, and it just happens. But in a room like this, sometimes you want to pre-plan things. You want it just how you like it. So with that, we can actually build in a scene. And it's super simple to create that right from the app, but I'm also going to show you something that we've already created. So we're going to initiate it by a simple phrase. And are you ready?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. Okay, Josh, we have visitors.
Welcome to Villa San Onofre. Please, make yourselves at home.
All right, thank you, Josh. As you can see, the room is really starting to come alive. We have the interior and exterior shades going up. We have this awesome hydraulic door opening to show you the infinity pool. One of my favorite parts is this cool little sushi bar that popped up. A lot of really cool things to play with, right?
Oh yeah.
So Devessa, I mean, I know that you saw it behind the scenes a little bit. You got your little eyes on it, but now that you've actually seen it in action, what do you think?
Well, it's definitely a wow. We know what this house can do, but I didn't know it could be this simple. I mean, it definitely gives 007 a run for its money.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Wonderful. Well, I do have another place to kind of show you, another room. So you want to check it out?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. So now we're in the lounge area. It's a beautiful space, really created for entertaining. And with that, we want to be able to maybe set the mood on the fly. So let me show you something pretty cool.
Okay.
So in here, we have a Josh Nano in white. You can see it has that matte finish again, and it blends into the wall really nicely. And with this space, again, we want to kind of ask it what we want it to do without having to set a scene or pre-program, right? So what I'm going to show you now is actually what we call a compound command. So there's no programming involved, no diving into the app. So you ready?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, Josh, turn on the lights, open the shades halfway, and let's listen to some music.
Sure thing. The lights are now on. Opening the shades halfway. Here's some music you might like.
Wonderful. Isn't that just so wonderful?
This is great.
We had the ability to just say 3 different commands all at once without waking up Josh every time. And with that too, we have a lot of options of what we can say and a lot of flexibility. We want to keep it natural. So when I said turn on the lights, I could have said, let's make it brighter in here, or set the lights to 100%. You have a lot of flexibility there, and that's across all device types as well. So what do you think about that and that natural language?
Well, I think it's really great. It's very simple, and I think for you guys out there, it's something you don't have to memorize like for every room, especially in a house like this. We have so many rooms. I forget what I call this room. So
Yeah, what would you call this actually?
game room,
Yeah?
something like that.
I'd probably call it the ping pong lounge or something
okay.
like that. But what's great is a lot of family members might call things different names, and we can actually build those nicknames in as an alias for a room, a device, or a scene. So like you said, we don't have to memorize anything. We can really just, whatever our mood is that day, we can say what we want.
That's
So,
impressive, definitely.
yeah, absolutely. So another cool thing that we did there was actually with the music.
Okay.
Did you notice I actually said, let's play some music?
Yes.
So we don't actually have to say what we want to listen to.
Yeah.
We could say an artist, album, maybe even a genre, but the ability to just throw it out there, play some music, and it's going to know your preferences of what you might want to listen to in the moment.
Love it.
Josh.ai. Josh's founder, Alex Capisalatro, is joining us right now. Hi, Alex. How are you?
Hey, doing great. Thanks for having me, Ed.
Good to see you again. So beyond the Nano, you guys are working on some other stuff that you wanted to share with the class, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So since last year, CEDIA, we've announced Josh Nano and Josh Core, which you can see right behind me. That's what was in the video.
Right.
These products have not yet been seen by dealers. So Expo was the first time that we're planning on showing it with lots of different options and backgrounds and decors. But in addition to that, we just announced leading up to CEDIA Expo, a product in collaboration with Lutron, which is what you see over here to my side. And this is an embedded keypad light switch with Josh Nano built right in. So really a beautiful architectural and design product. More than that, we also have a lot of new integrations with Kaleidoscape, deeper integrations with Crestron and Control 4, and a whole new dealer dashboard that we're launching. So a lot of stuff that's going on for Expo. And unfortunately, similar to LG and a lot of others, we are not going to be at the show in person, but we're going to be doing a bunch of virtual walkthroughs and demos. I've got a press release coming out, I believe, this week or next week. And so a lot of excitement in addition to what we just saw in that video.
That's terrific. For those who are unfamiliar or not necessarily in the industry press and are joining us right now, what exactly makes Josh different than other voice interfaces? What makes you unique?
Sure, glad you asked. So Josh is built really for the custom integration channel. And so that means we're privacy focused. We integrate at a very deep level with the products that you see in homes that get professionally installed. They're extremely reliable. They run on hardwire PoE. They're not Wi-Fi devices. And the way that the systems are built up and scaled, they allow for really natural language control. So you might walk into a room and, for example, simply give a command like turn it up, and our system's figuring out this room has music that can be turned up, or maybe the temperature on your thermostat or the light brightness. It's using a lot of data and a lot of context so that you can give very simple, natural commands and achieve the right home control.
Excellent. You wrote an article recently. You're postulating that voice control is going to be the thing. It's going to be basically ubiquitous in the next 10 years. Why do you think so?
Yeah, so what I was saying in the article is I believe over the next 10 years, and even probably more like 5 to 7, we're going to see voice control in every single home. But I'm not suggesting that voice control is going to replace everything. To me, voice control is an additional interface that is great for some applications. So I think we're going to see keypads and remotes and apps and different ways to control still exist. But voice is just extremely natural. If you have kids, I'm sure they've played around with Alexa and Google and Siri. It's
Mhm.
a very easy to understand interface. And one of the biggest struggles with the smart home is people just don't always understand, how do I turn on my TV? How do I
Right.
play a certain artist? And voice is a great way to circumvent that and get right to what you want.
All right. If folks want more information on Josh AI, where do they go?
So the website is josh.ai. We're also
Mhm.
on social media, very interactive. And you can reach out directly to me as well, alex@josh.ai.
Terrific. Alex Capisalatro, it's always a pleasure, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
All right. Next up, we're moving on to Magna Audio.
Estou nesse mercado há mais de 20 anos e quando eu conheci o Luciano, ele me provou, comparando um produto que ele fazia à mão para os clientes dele quando ele era um integrador, como ele podia ser superior a diversas marcas que a gente muitas vezes idolatra.
A ideia é de se ter um produto magnânimo, algo muito maior do que realmente poderia ser.
A Magna trouxe produtos que vieram complementar nosso portfólio, que trazem não só o refinamento técnico, mas traz uma parte estética, que casa muito bem com a sinergia da nossa empresa, que é fazer um projeto integrado com os arquitetos. Então é um produto que complementa um projeto arquitetônico, ele se integra à arquitetura. Além disso, é um produto que traz bastante flexibilidade de aplicação. Acho que o melhor feedback que a gente teve aqui por ter instalado essas caixas no nosso showroom, e aqui é um espaço que a gente recebe muito especificador, muito arquiteto, muito cliente final, é que o arquiteto ele entra aqui e não percebe que é uma caixa de som de cara. E isso é muito legal, porque é normal uma aversão do arquiteto, do especificador a uma caixa de som. E ele entrar aqui e ver que, poxa, que legal, o que é isso? Despertou a curiosidade desse especificador. Então, acho que talvez eu possa falar que é o único produto até hoje que a gente teve aqui que realmente mudou a forma do arquiteto de olhar o produto final.
Com os produtos que estão mais integrados ao design ou mesmo passam desapercebido na estética, se torna muito mais simples para o engenheiro ou técnico de som que vai fazer o projeto junto ao light designer, ou mesmo alguns projetistas, como arquitetos que já têm esse conhecimento, já usam esse nosso produto junto do mesmo projeto. Você abre um projeto e você vê uma luz, uma caixa acústica, uma luz, uma caixa acústica. E quando você vê o render daquilo ali, simplesmente é igual, a estética é a mesma. Isso traz um valor único para o projeto, tanto para o cliente quanto para o profissional. Praticamente todos os produtos nossos são passíveis de algum tipo de customização. Se a gente pegar na nossa linha, nós temos vários produtos diferentes.
Então, da mesma forma que você compra uma cadeira numa loja de mobiliário, que você pode escolher o tecido, o material que é feito, muitas vezes a cor, você passa a ter essa possibilidade também com o produto de áudio. Então, é uma caixa de som que você vai compor uma decoração do seu espaço. Então, você vai escolher a cor do alumínio, você vai escolher a tela, você vai escolher o material dessa tela. Então, muda a forma que é feita a apresentação ao cliente final.
Por conta da flexibilidade de acabamento, isso a gente atende qualquer cliente, qualquer projeto, e esse conforto da qualidade que o produto demonstra depois de instalado é algo que inevitavelmente não tem como a gente deixar de trabalhar com esse produto, porque é muito simples de atender os dois objetivos, tanto a personalização por aquele ambiente, para aquela aplicação, quanto a parte técnica que o produto tem como principal objetivo é atender.
Então você saber que você tem um produto com qualidade internacional, que usa os melhores componentes que tem no mercado mundial, e esse produto é montado aqui no Brasil, numa fábrica que, por coincidência, no nosso caso, fica a menos de 1 hora de distância. E eu tenho toda a equipe para dar o suporte, para fazer um upgrade, para customizar ela, para entregar um resultado ainda melhor para aquele cliente em específico. Isso faz toda a diferença na hora de propagandear, na hora de sentar com o cliente e defender um valor de investimento para um projeto.
O meu processo criativo, ele vem muitas vezes de insights, né? A Aura, por exemplo, foi quando eu vi um Eclipse passando numa série e aquilo tocou que poderia ser uma caixa de som. E aí a gente começa a rabiscar, escrever.
Quando eu coloquei a primeira vez, eu liguei, eu olhei na parede e falei, nossa, isso ficou demais. Realmente era um Eclipse, assim, nítido, né?
Para mim é muito importante quando a gente fala de projeto de iluminação. Não interfere na iluminação, muito pelo contrário, ela vem agregar.
Foi muito natural essa transição da caixa ter a iluminação e da iluminação ter a caixa de som, né? Hoje ela é um produto só, ela não é uma arandela, ela não é uma caixa de som, ela é um conjunto que serve para outras coisas além da iluminação e além do som.
Eu gosto demais, já tenho sugerido muito para usar em sauna, porque até hoje não existe uma luminária interessante para você colocar em sauna. Então assim, por que não usar já a caixa de som com a luz indireta e já ter um som na sauna? Então assim, eu achei que é uma parte bem interessante de ser usada.
O que eu percebo da Aura é que ela agrega. Então, o profissional, ele especifica aquilo porque ele não quer outra coisa, aquilo faz parte do projeto dele. Diferente de quando você pega uma caixa tradicional, independente da qualidade, independente da cor, que ela é um elemento que não agrada ao designer e ao arquiteto. Isso mostra pra gente que a gente está no caminho certo.
Ela se adapta muito bem para a arquitetura. Então ela tem várias gamas de cores e de revestimentos da própria tela dela. Então assim, até palha existe. Então você pode entrar até num ambiente rústico que ela cabe perfeitamente.
Então é um produto flexível, com qualidade e que se integra muito bem aos projetos de arquitetura. Então foi um grande diferencial para a gente ter esse produto no nosso portfólio.
Acho que a característica mais marcante desse cliente é que ele gosta de som com bastante qualidade. O ponto de partida foram as caixas da Magna de jardim, que são as polis. Ele ouviu essa caixa no showroom, a gente levou ele no showroom para olhar essas caixas, ouvir elas tocando e a resposta foi imediata. A hora que ele olhou a caixa tocando, ele olhou e falou, é isso que eu quero, a caixa é essa, gostei do acabamento, gostei da cor, gostei do fato dela ficar no meio da vegetação e ao mesmo tempo que ela não parece uma caixa de som, ela passa desapercebido. A hora que ela tá tocando, o som espalha, eu quase não consigo identificar de onde ele tá vindo. Então o ponto de partida do projeto foi essa sensação que ele teve imediata quando ele viu a caixa tocando no showroom.
Além de tudo, é um produto fã, é um produto divertido. Quem compra uma poly, por mais que ela tenha uma alta qualidade também de som, não é aquele cara que está preocupado com um menor detalhe do som. Porque na área externa você não vai sentar ali para ficar ouvindo na área externa com uma série de interferências, seja de barulhos da natureza ou de barulhos da rua. Então, eu chamo que ela é uma caixa muito divertida, daquela pessoa que gosta de festa, que quer ouvir muito alto o som, que quer receber gente.
Ela melhor se comporta realmente onde os clientes queriam, que é para colocar na área externa para atender uma piscina, por exemplo. Por quê? Ela tem algumas características muito interessantes para a área externa. Então ela tem um tiro muito forte, ela chega o som muito rápido numa distância. Então essa energia que você ouve do som é muito legal. Então quando você ouve a caixa lá longe e você está ouvindo com claridade o som, pronto, conseguimos o que a gente queria.
Além de ser um produto completamente diferente de tudo que a gente tem no mercado, ele traz uma qualidade de áudio que surpreende na área externa. O que tem de comum no mercado são aquelas caixas que ficam muitas vezes interferindo com a arquitetura. E a poly ela se integra naturalmente ao espaço. Então você tem às vezes um paisagismo, mas não é um produto que necessariamente precisa passar desapercebido como os outros produtos de áudio.
Mas o que é mais interessante é o poder do som, a qualidade do som, a amplitude. Isso evita que a gente tenha que ter caixa de som em varanda, outros objetos. Então, que a gente puder ter uma caixa dessa disfarçada, mas com um som maravilhoso, é o essencial.
O resultado do som da caixa muitas vezes supera as expectativas, tanto dos integradores, que são profissionais, e dos clientes principalmente. Então isso se torna único para eles como produto de venda. Isso empodera, na verdade, os nossos parceiros.
Acho que uma coisa para complementar desse projeto que é bem específico, as duas polys que foram instaladas, elas foram colocadas na implantação, o cliente adorou e ele falou, cara, daria para aumentar a potência do amplificador, daria para deixar ela mais reforçado grave? E aí a Magna customizou as caixas para ter um subwoofer mais potente. Então, o produto que está instalado aqui, apesar de externamente ele ser um produto Magna padrão que você olha e é uma caixa poly, mas dentro dela eu tenho uma solução que foi customizada pela equipe para esse cliente.
O apelo da Magna por personalizar todos esses sistemas de som é algo que até com o cliente é difícil a gente não conseguir atendê-lo. É o que para a gente traz muito conforto em trabalhar com esse sistema e com essa marca.
Então, nesse ponto, eu diria que a Magna, de todos os parceiros que a gente trabalha, a Magna foi a que melhor atendeu, porque não só os produtos eles já nascem com esse foco em design e esse primor em termos técnicos de reprodução sonora, mas a possibilidade de customização é muito alta. Então isso faz toda a diferença. Esse é um cliente que amanhã vai ser um projeto de outra sala de cinema ou vai ser uma nova casa, mas ele vai lembrar disso, isso realmente fideliza o cliente e para a gente é muito bom saber que a gente pode contar com esse suporte.
Magna, outstanding. We're joined now by Daniel Lima from Magna Audio. Daniel, welcome. Not seeing Daniel yet on the screen, but he'll be here momentarily. Hopefully,
Okay.
Daniel. There he is.
Hello,
How are you,
Ed.
sir? Good to see you.
Fine, and you?
I'm doing great. I want to talk about the Poly first. That is not a big speaker, and it moves around a lot of air. What were the
Yes.
challenges in getting that kind of presence out of a form factor that's fairly diminutive like that, fairly small like that?
Well, you have to care about a lot in the outdoor areas because sometimes you need too many speakers and huge installation. So it's hard for the dealers too. And our idea was to have one speaker that can serve areas big enough, like 3,000 square feet. So we have six 3-inch speakers making 360 degrees, and they have a kind of alignment. They kind of work like a line array. So the sound goes very far from the speaker. You have the subwoofer integrated going from the same point. And then only one speaker can serve a very big areas in a small size.
When you designed all these speakers, were you working with designers and and architects at the outset, or are they informing current designs, or was this something that you just kind of presented to them and said, "Hey, what do you think?"
No, we do work with some designs.
Okay.
For example, Poly was made by Italian designer. Okay.
Oh.
Yes, he lives in Brazil for quite a couple of years, but he's Italian. And we are in this design world for 20 years. So we used to be integrators, talking to architects, designers, and every time we have a new product, we go talk to someone, getting opinions and see how the product can fit. And that's the way we try to work.
Was lighting always integrated from the outset in these products, or did this come in later?
No, from the beginning.
Okay.
I also worked with lighting in my company, and I always wanted to match speakers and lighting. So I never liked the speakers style, and lighting is a way to change it. So most of our products, they have light options. Poly, of course, it's integrated in all of them. But for example, you can have Aura or Surface series without lighting if you don't want.
Mark from App My Home has a question. These are beautiful outdoor speakers. How are they powered, and how is music streamed to them, Daniel?
Well, all of our speakers are passive, so they need dedicated amplifiers and cabling. But we do not demand any special or DSP amplifiers, so you can use other currently products in the market.
Very good. Daniel, if somebody wanted more information on the company and if they had further questions, who should they contact?
Yeah, they can contact me in dl@magnaaudio.com, or we have our website with more information, magnaaudio.com. and that's going to be updated on September 1st with all the releases and that we have in CEDIA Expo.
Terrific. Daniel, thank you so much for the time. We really appreciate it, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for the chance of speaking.
Been a pleasure.
Bye.
All right, next up, let's hear about Oro.
Hey everyone, my name's Colin Billings and I'm the CEO and founder of Oro. I'm excited to introduce you to Oro today and tell you a little bit more about what we've been doing for a long time. The first thing to know about Oro is that we're the creator of the Smart Living System. At its core, it's a human-centric, wellness-driven lighting system that automatically responds to your presence and adjusts lights all throughout the day so you have perfect lighting. On top of that, it's a home control solution that allows you to connect all the products that matter for all of your clients together into a single control system that's available at the wall, from a mobile phone, via voice, and really any way you want to connect. And then lastly, we're an energy efficiency and home monitoring product that helps people feel more peace of mind about what's going on at home and how they're using energy. So with that, I'll kick it off to a little bit of a product demo. The original idea from Oro was born out of an experience that I had around light and how I slept. I was exposed to a computer program called Flux that adjusted the brightness and color temperature of my computer screen depending on where I was in the world and what time it was. It really helped me sleep a lot better. That led me to thinking about how I can improve the lighting that I was exposed to every day in my house. I wanted to build Flux for all the lighting in my home. That journey really showed to me that we hadn't taken much of a step forward in lighting in more than 20 years, maybe 50. So Oro is really founded around this idea of asking the question, could we do something better with lighting that was available today? Something that was more seamlessly connected to how we use our homes in a way that allowed light to be perfectly in tune with our movements and our patterns and how we're using our homes. The Oro Smart Living System is the simplest way to create a smart home. With just the installation of one technology, the Oro system brings to any home not only the most capable and advanced wellness-oriented lighting system available today, but also a home control system that works with all of the products that matter to most homeowners, and a system for managing and understanding your energy usage and how things are happening at home. Oro really fills the gap in between those. It's a unified end-to-end solution that does lighting, home control, energy efficiency, and home monitoring, but it does it at a price point that fits with any budget. This means that we've been able to focus really extensively with working our home builder partners and our professional install partners who are really trying to respond to the mainstream interest in smart home, the right products to integrate in a seamless system. So under Oro, you really get three core value propositions. One is wellness-oriented adaptive lighting, which is using our array of sensors to detect things like motion, sound, and light in a room to understand how the light should be adjusted so that it matches not only with what's happening in the room, but also what's healthy for you and what aligns with your patterns. In all of our Oro homes, over 90% of the lighting decisions and changes that are made in the course of a day are made by Oro itself. This is all done in a way that reinforces a human-centric circadian rhythm. So lights are soft in the morning to help wake you up. They're bright during the day if you need them to give you energy, and they wind down in the evening to help you get ready for bed. Now, once Oro's adaptive lighting has been able to take over the responsibility of managing your lights for you, the location of the light switch can now become a lot more than what it has historically been as a manual light control. And with that, Oro has packed into its device a touchscreen, a speaker, and obviously some connectivity to Wi-Fi and other devices. And because of that, Oro is now a home control system for most of the important systems in your home, whether that's your door locks, your doorbells, your sound system, your thermostats. So Oro is really enabling our professional installers and our home builders to give their customers a single unified solution for their smart home. It's one app, one set of rules, one place to go to control and adjust, and you can control and adjust from anywhere you happen to be, whether it's on the phone or if your phone's on the charger, you can do it from the switch or via voice. In addition to the home control, we've also added communication to Oro. Every Oro device can be operated as an intercom, which allows you to talk from one room to another. You can also broadcast from one room to all the rooms in your house. And in addition to that, we recently launched an integration with Alexa where Alexa is actually built into Oro. This is just the first of a number of voice assistants that will be available from Oro. So we're looking forward to announcing and releasing new assistants in the near future. The last area that Oro is really adding benefit to homeowners and end users' lives is in the area of peace of mind. We think that having smart systems should actually reduce the management burden for a homeowner and make life simpler to live with less management and more peace of mind. By using Oro's adaptive lighting, most homes are seeing an over 80% reduction of lamp hours for those lights connected to the Oro system. We're expecting to have a lot more coming on that interconnection between local power generation, local storage, that will begin to help all the systems that you have inside your house that are consuming electricity, taking energy, work more seamlessly with green and renewable energies, lower energy costs, and more efficient use of power at home. On the other side of the peace of mind is what's really going on at home in terms of activities. And today, inside of the Oro mobile apps, you can find an activity feed, which allows you to see what's going on, what types of motion or activities are being detected across your home. It's our long-term vision to begin to connect these activities to one another so that these actions can actually help trigger automations that are suggested to you. I think there's a couple of other things that are worth talking about in this introduction that are really about who Oro is and what's important to us. So the first tenet that we always hold to is try to be as invisible as possible. The less we see technology, the better from our perspective, and that's why you're seeing very subtle design choices and integration from Oro. The second tenet that we really hold to is openness. That means that we should try to work with as many companies and integrations and try to make those integrations as seamless as possible with as many of companies that are out there. Because in the end, we want to make it an open platform that really anyone can work with. Another point on our openness is there is an open API for the end user. It's a local API with a secure token. The Oro One, our existing product, and any of the future products that we release are all going to be focused on simple and seamless installation within both existing retrofits and new constructions. That means fundamentally capability requirements like it's a single gang junction box that works with a neutral. It's the same dimensions as the NEMA spec and can be put along any other types of dimmers that you might want to put it next to supporting multi-way, both as Oro on every single location or a mix between Oro and traditional switches or a hybrid scenario where it's Oro and other smart switches are all supported. The next layer of flexibility comes into the way that we support interaction with other lighting products, as well as wiring configurations for multi-gang circuits. All of those things are supported, so you can really wire up a lighting experience and a control experience that meets both your functional goals, but also your budget goals. In the over 3 years that we've been serving professionals, we've really come to understand how the Pro is influential and helpful in our customers, our end homeowners having success. So in the last 2 years, we've decided to focus the business exclusively on the Pro channels. That means we work with home builders to professional installers and all the professionals in between as our dedicated focus. That includes we are in distribution, we do work directly with some clients, but really everything we do at Oro is now oriented around making the Pro's job easier and giving them a product that helps them satisfy more customers' requirements. It's been an honor to serve and work with this channel, and we're really excited to continue bringing new products and new opportunities to professional installers as we continue to expand Oro. Thank you everyone for spending some time learning a little bit about Oro. We're looking forward to seeing everybody at CEDIA. Please come visit us at our booth in the Launchpad. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us at getoro.com.
Terrific. Oro, we're joined by Patrick Gall right now from Oro. Hi, Patrick. How are you, sir?
Ed, I'm excellent. Thanks for having me.
A pleasure. Initially, the thought was maybe this will be a DIY product, but now you guys have really pivoted into the pro universe. Why, and what are you doing to support the pros that are out there installing this stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I think upon launching the product in early 2019, it was designed for the DIY customer. But what the company quickly realized was there was this really strong interest from different kinds of pros, custom integrators included, of this, human-centric, lighting-focused company that also, in the future would do home control. So we just had a very strong interest from pros. And then secondly, just kind of practically speaking, the average person shouldn't install a light switch themselves. There's a lot of tech in this industry that we can do ourselves safely, but lighting is one of those few products that touches electricity and frankly is dangerous. And that's why there's so many electricians, in the world and in the US. So in part, we believe a pro should be a part of the Oro equation from an install perspective as well. In terms of supporting the channel, since we've made this pivot, we've made a number of investments. So I was the first business hire about 6 months ago. There's now two of me. So we've got two go-to-market hires that are really nothing but focused on this pro channel. We've started to also look on the what matters to dealers in terms of program and pricing. We made a pricing change recently that builds a lot more margin into the overall program for both dealers and distributors, which is of course important as they're all running businesses. We started to add distribution just in the past couple of weeks. We've opened up our first distributors with many more to come. And then I think another piece that is important in this channel is channel conflict. We are very focused on this pro channel. We have no intentions to go into big box retail and that you can find Oro everywhere. So from a dealer's perspective, there should be a lot less issues of this retailer's doing this retailer's doing that. So very dedicated to all things pro. And I guess the last thing I'd say is pros are already influencing what we're doing. I saw one of the questions from Ted, which we can address as well.
Please.
Is that, absolutely. We plan to integrate with control companies because we think there's a good world where Oro lighting can fit into these companies, but also potentially Oro's intelligence of lighting, of knowing the environment around it, automatically adjusting lighting, with the right connections, that could be extended to any one of these control companies or even other lighting companies, for example. So with pros in mind, we actually will have a Control4 driver, which is launching next month. That'll be our first real big integration for the channel. I'd say we have Crestron, Savant, and many others on deck. So that'll be another area as well.
Yeah, we've had this conversation when we were talking about another platform, an article that we were working on. And it was, the philosophy here is we don't necessarily see what other people might call competitors as competitors. We're all this kind of rising tide lifts all boats is the sense I get from you guys.
Absolutely. Of course, when you look at some of these other companies, like, at the highest level, we compete for a wall switch or a control system, but we're very open. It's one of our core philosophies. So we absolutely think there's a world where Oro plus Control4, Oro plus Lutron, Oro plus whomever can just create more flexibility for the dealer and just ultimately better customer experiences for the customer.
We have a question from Daniel. Any kind of advanced diagnostics baked into the Oro product, for example, using sensors to provide early detection of electrical faults? This anticipated a question that I had about adding more functionality down the road.
It's a good question. To my knowledge, we don't have that baked in now, but we do have the infrastructure to be able to do those sorts of things. And I could absolutely see us doing something like that. So that's a good one. I'll take it back to the team.
All right, great. What really makes you guys unique? What do you think makes you guys stand out?
Yeah, I think it's a few things. I think, from a lighting perspective, I haven't seen many companies that are really this focused on really the human-centric side of lighting. How can the artificial lighting in your home actually support your body's daily cycles, your circadian rhythm? That's where Oro started, as you heard from Colin. So I think that's one area. Another area is, we call ourselves the smart living system. And, there's this piece on the smart home versus the intelligent home. And like Colin said, we really believe, the best tech is the tech that disappears, the tech you don't have to interact with. So, the fact that Oro just proactively is making lighting decisions for you, the fact that you don't have to touch a light switch anymore. It's such a simple thing, but it's such a magical experience when you walk into the kitchen at 5 a.m. and the lights just slightly rise so you can make coffee, but it doesn't, blind you and mess up the beginning of your day. And then I think the last piece is it's the fact that, you have this really incredible lighting system. You have this home control system, you have built-in Alexa intercom, all in the size of a light switch size box. There's no other boxes, doohickeys, whatever to get all this magic to happen. Everything is built right into that box. So we really focus a lot on the design once again of just making it all blend in.
Patrick Gall, how can folks get more information if they have further questions after we end here?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to getoro.com.
All right.
You are more than welcome to email me, and I'd love to talk to anyone. My email address is pg@getoro.com.
Patrick, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ed.
Well done. Let's move on. Schneider Electric.
Hi, my name is Brad Wills. I'm the Director of Strategic Customers and Programs here at Schneider Electric in our Home and Distribution Business Unit. And I'm very excited today to talk to you about the exciting new Energy Center and our overall grid-to-plug connected home solutions. So let's jump right in. As we look at the challenges that we're facing in the residential space, few people realize that over a third of CO2 emissions actually come from housing, and we here at Schneider are very dedicated to finding ways to reduce that and to find ways to help homeowners understand not only their total energy usage, but more granular, where is that energy usage? Because through understanding that, then it makes it personal and it makes it easier for that consumer to find ways to reduce their energy usage and ultimately their carbon impact. Of course, we have to continue to provide the best in electrical circuit protection for the home. And as a growing concern, more and more people are working from home. So we have to find ways to not only provide that energy more sustainably for homeowners, but also more reliably, so that they have more resilient energy in their home. Because it's no longer about just not being able to watch Netflix, it's about being able to work from home. So as we look at the overall electrical infrastructure of the home, it's becoming, first of all, an all-electric home. Many states or regions are starting to dictate that the home will be all electric. And that in and of itself has a lot of implications on the electrical distribution system of the home. Then take into account the need for integrating batteries and generators. Now it becomes even more complex and requires a system that is smart and easy to maintain for a consumer. The folks here at CEDIA know better than anybody how astonishing the growth of connected devices around the globe has been. 20 billion in 2017, growing to 31 billion connected devices last year, but projected to more than double to 75 billion by 2025. And I think what makes this even more relevant to this conversation about electrical distribution and infrastructure is, the devices that we're talking about going forward are not going to be just those devices committed to lighting control for aesthetic reasons or home entertainment. It's going to be devices and solutions that are more about the foundational operation of the home, the energy management systems, the systems that allow a consumer to see what is their resource usage, where is that resource usage occurring, and giving them control of that. And then ultimately, these systems will begin to also provide predictive maintenance capabilities. So you start to look at all the values that can come from that. It's easy to see how the definition of a connected device is actually going to evolve over time. So as we look at a typical residential solar installation, this is what it would look like. And it's pretty complicated. It's complex in its installation. It's time consuming. There's a lot of custom work that has to be done on the job site. It has a very large footprint, so it's taking up a lot of the available space in a home, whether that be on the exterior or maybe in the interior part of the garage. And it's ultimately very visually unattractive. So as we look at a typical installation, this would be it. In fact, this is representative of installations we've already done with a great partner in KB Home in the San Diego area. And you see here the utility mandated panel on the outside of the house, the inverter in the garage along with the battery. And then in this example, we've also representing the easy integration of a generator. So the Energy Center makes it not only easy to integrate a secondary source of backup power, but also a third source of energy in the form of a generator. So overall, as we look at some of the benefits, if you put this in at time of construction, you're creating a future-proof home, a home that is backup ready. So even if the consumer, the home buyer, isn't putting in a battery or a generator at the time of construction, this home with an Energy Center is going to be a lot more ready to have those installed and cost a lot less for that homeowner, and a lot less work on the part of the contractor to integrate those sources into the Energy Center on a go-forward basis. Of course, NEC 2020 code compliant, and again, digitally connected. So easy for the consumer to see their total energy usage through an app, for them to see also down to a granular level, down to the device level, what is being used and where, but also giving them peace of mind. Did I leave home and leave the oven on? Well, I can find out and I can do something about it. And then in addition to the Energy Center, we're excited to announce that in the first quarter of 2022, we'll be releasing our new QO companion relays. And these companion relays are not only compatible with the new Energy Center, but they're compatible with any QO load center that's in the marketplace today. This allows a user to have this relay next to any load that they want to make smart. So connected and smart. One that can be next to, for instance, a HVAC circuit, and be able to now see not only exactly how much energy is being used by that HVAC unit in real time, but also provide control. And then obviously you can imagine these devices make utility demand programs much easier to implement, as these can be put on electric water heaters, HVAC, etc., and that consumer can participate in those utility demand programs as they become available. So as we look at our overall grid to plug solution, we have the Energy Center, we have the intelligence driven by the Wiser Energy Monitor itself, but also our Square D connected wiring devices. So, these devices do everything you would expect a Wi-Fi or Z-Wave connected device to do, plus every single smart device from Square D is also an energy meter. So we can monitor energy at the total level. We can monitor at the branch level. We can monitor it at the plug and switch level. And we can even, through our disaggregation technology, see it down to the device level. So literally giving the consumer a complete grid to plug, transparent view of their energy usage and control of that energy usage. Thank you again for your time today. On behalf of everyone at Schneider Electric, we hope this has been very useful, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Outstanding. Schneider Electric. We are now joined by Brad Wills from Schneider Electric. Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
We've got you loud and clear. We do.
Great.
So beyond what we've seen here, are there any other grid to plug innovations that are going to be introduced at the show?
Yeah, so like many, unfortunately, we won't be at the show physically, but we will be doing things virtually. But in addition to the relays that will be coming out, we'll be talking in a lot more detail about our connected and smart devices. And really, as we go forward with this platform, you can imagine that it's exactly that. It's a platform that, as we continue to innovate at the circuit breaker level and et cetera, there will be new innovations that'll be easily retrofittable into this. So a very future-proofed solution for homeowners.
We have a question from Suzanne. She wants to know if this product's just for the luxury market, or do you foresee it lower price points too?
Oh no, the project that we're doing with KB Home is they're reasonably priced homes in the California area. And they've standardized on this for all 128 homes they're doing in this community. So it's not even an option upgrade. It's just what's going in. And it's really, it's the new way of doing things. And quite frankly, in California where solar is mandated, this actually turns out to be cheaper because of all the time and material that you end up saving. So it's just the right way to do it.
Do you have utility companies reaching out to you guys to incentivize consumers to adopt some of this technology?
Certainly, we're in discussions with utilities about things such as relays and how those can be incorporated into their demand response programs. And of course, every time each utility has different requirements on the format. So this first format is for the California market.
Okay.
Second quarter of next year, we'll have a variant of this for every market in the U.S. And as we do that, we go and go through that approval process with the utility, and they get quite interested in it, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm. When you talk about cost reduction and when you talk about backup, you guys kind of had the perfect storm of consumer awareness happen over the past 18 months or so. We had a pandemic that sent everybody home to work. And then you had some real power grid instability that was demonstrated in various places around the United States. I'm sure tell me about how that's driving your product development and how it's driving consumer awareness too, and how you're seeing that.
Absolutely. I think, what's happening, like with the Texas storms, a lot of people went out and they bought generators, not understanding that you don't just plug this into a regular outlet in the house.
Right.
So what the Energy Center does, the old concept that we're only ever going to have one source of power coming to our home goes away, right? So this is really, really up to 4. So think about, yes, you have grid power, but it's configured to be ready to accept solar. It's configured to accept a generator. And as two-way EVs come, like the Ford Lightning that you can use to actually power your home.
Yes.
Right. So we've thought about all of those, and it's a lot more complicated than you might think, because you're basically going from a one-way road through town to an interstate system, and you've got to safely manage all that traffic and make sure when you're not on grid, you're not sending any of those other power sources back out onto, which creates a major safety hazard for line workers.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think the average consumer understands just how dirty the power is coming into their home on
Exactly.
the modern American grid.
Yeah, so we're fortunate. We also APC is a division of Schneider Electric, and they do a lot of battery and power conditioning, and we continue to integrate those solutions into this platform so that not only are you getting power from those sources, but it's good, clean, conditioned power that you can be comfortable in, is not going to do damage to sensitive electronics and appliances.
Who should folks reach out to for more information if they've got questions after the presentation?
So please reach out to Thomas Eck, and that's ECK, and that's thomas.eck@se.com, and he's in our PR department, and he will pull me in as required, and I'd be happy to talk to anybody about the things that we're doing, the exciting new projects we've got coming.
And the website is?
se.com. So go to se.com and search Connected Home, and you'll see the full portfolio.
Brad Wills, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Pleasure's all ours. Let's move on now to Sarah next up in our presentation.
This has never been about us, where we began, or how we do it better. This has always been about what defines us. Design, innovation, technology, passion, creating an experience that defies convention. The intersection of form and function, with the mind of an engineer, the soul of a designer. Never satisfied with the status quo, we grew. From two, we became many, with style and determination. Trusted to deliver by the world's most prestigious brands, we follow the line, right over the edge of extraordinary. Innovate as if there are no lines at all. We embrace change, test the unproven, dive deep into the uncharted, challenge the unchallenged, oversee every detail. We make it personal, with impact. All of this, and all of this, all for you, delivering on your possibilities. Customized by you, designed by Sierra.
All right, Sarah, we're joined by Tony Blodgett. He is with Sarah. Welcome, Tony. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. I bet you've seen some horror stories about people trying to put indoor TVs outside.
Yeah.
You've seen it all, right?
I've seen it all. Over the 9.5 years we've been doing outdoor TVs, we've seen it all.
Yep. Talk about some of the challenges that you're facing: heat, humidity, cold, different lighting conditions. What goes into really thinking about a panel that's going to go outdoors?
Yeah, all the above, right? Dust, insects.
Sure.
And it's, even things like isotropic blackout. So there's TVs that have what we call high T&I panels. And what those TVs allow is that the LCD crystals can withstand very high temperatures before they black out, what we call isotropic blackout.
All right.
But even beyond that, you have direct sun is probably the most critical issue with TVs, because that focal point gets so hot, it will literally melt the electrical components within that TV. So
yeah. Calibration's got to be a challenge here too, because you're obviously going to have a TV that may be placed in conditions that are going to change dramatically over the course of its viewing life, right?
Yeah, that is true. So, yeah, and I think someone was pointing out with the video too. We actually had that video extends to actually show our new full sun TVs with very high brightness, up to 2,000 nits in the backlighting level, and but color calibrated appropriately for those different what we call our outdoor optics settings for the different lighting conditions.
Gotcha. Hey, we had a product demo video. Is that correct? Are we able to take a look at that? If that's available, let's take a breath here and see if.
Welcome to Sierra's Backyard, here in Titletown, USA. I'm Tony Blodgett, Sierra Sales Manager. I'm out here by Sierra Pond. 12 months out of the year enjoyment. This is where, when we're not in the factory building our products, we like to spend our time. A lot of folks like to spend their time outside enjoying nature, but they also want to be connected to technology. We don't want to be watching the Super Bowl necessarily sitting inside when we could be outside playing a game of pickup hockey here on Sierra Pond in February. What I'm pleased to bring today is our new Full Sun Series outdoor TV. This product is bringing that indoor viewing experience outside. We get to enjoy nature while watching our favorite sporting event or movie. And it's not just movie night outside anymore now. Now you can have that matinee experience too. Why? Because two reasons. One, most important, why full sun in the direct sun environment? Because of the extreme temperature protection system. That's what allows this TV to be warranted to survive in direct sun. We have a full 2-year warranty with this product for outdoor use, and most importantly, for direct sun exposure. On top of that, we are bringing a viewing experience that's unprecedented. 2,000 nits in backlighting, but that backlighting level does not compromise the picture quality because of our outdoor optics. So we have full sun, shade, night, energy saving, and user modes for the picture settings. And what that full sun setting is doing is maximizing that backlighting level while also maximizing your color calibration for a quality picture. Folks are investing in this product in that space in their backyard where they want to spend their time, enjoy the outdoors, while also enjoying their technology that they invest in. Sizes of the new Full Sun Series will be 50 inches, 65 inches, and 85 inches. Sierra is all about the perfect harmony of technology and design. And for as high a performance as this product is, we maintain that harmony of technology and design with our unique reflective side panels on this product. That unique reflective side panel helps minimize the perceived standoff of the product to really maintain a high design with that space. We're proud to have the new Full Sun Series as our latest Sierra outdoor TV in our lineup. We've been producing outdoor TVs for over 9 years now, and we've made it better than ever. Thank you for your time. Thank you for letting me introduce the new Full Sun Series outdoor TVs from Sierra. I'm Tony Blodgett with Sierra. We'll see you next time.
This year, backyards are more than backyards. They are our parks, gyms, gourmet kitchens, our live concerts, and movie theaters. A venue for the big games and the little moments. Create the perfect backyard for your family with the best in outdoor entertainment from Sierra. Truly weatherproof for outdoor installation, Sierra's professional-grade TVs and soundbars are trusted by builders and architects for commercial settings worldwide. From sunny poolsides to shaded patios, there's a Sierra TV for every backyard.
All right, good deal, Tony. I'm glad we were able to get that information out to people. So what kind of audio solutions are going along with this?
Well, it varies. So we don't inherently include an audio solution because folks might be using landscape style solutions. We do have optional soundbars though. And I think what's key to note here is internal downfiring speakers on a TV just don't really get the job done outside.
Yeah.
But just like you have a lot of high ambient lighting outside, you also have high ambient audio. So at minimum, having that sound outward via soundbar, or some folks will prefer immersive sound through a landscape style system.
Tony, thanks a lot for the time today. If folks have more questions for you, where can they get a hold of somebody at Sierra?
You can call us at 920-857-9069 or email me at tonybl@sierra.com, or you can visit our website at www.sierra.com, and that's Sierra spelled SEURA.com, and there's contact information through there as well.
Tony, thank you. Appreciate the time, man.
All right, thank you.
Well done. All right. Thanks to everybody for joining us today. Our exhibitors, of course, AutoSlides AutoSwing, Josh.ai, Magna Audio, Oro, Schneider Electric, Sarah, and of course, our title sponsor, LG. We'd also like to thank the members of the media who joined us today. We appreciate your time immensely. Yes, there will be a recording available. My name is Ed Wank for Whitegood. Registration for CEDIA Expo is open and ongoing. Check out CEDIAExpo.com for more info. Take care, and we'll see you next time.